Can we get a clap? That's so not helpful.
Huh? Yeah.
It could be stroke of genius or just a stroke.
Today's gonna be a day full of setting my drink down and forgetting where I set it.
Yep.
It's God only knows, but creepy.
None of us have made a single mistake today. Damn it.
We lost the stairs.
And we're gonna win a Grammy. Hey everyone, it's Josh here. I am at Sweetwater in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and today is a really crazy experimental project of sorts. It is the idea of, can I come in here with two really great friends who are also amazing musicians, Rhett and Chris, and can we create a Beach Boys song from the 60s? Tonally, lyrically, the whole thing in the Sweetwater studio.
Hey man, I didn't sign up for anything that's not grunge.
Hey man.
Yeah. Is this your beat?
Oh yeah.
That's very Beach Boys.
So it's like, I'd never left California before I saw your face.
Hey, I'm Rhett Shull. I make YouTube videos about guitar stuff. I got roped into this a few weeks ago when Josh texted me and asked if I was available to come. And he said, we're doing a Beach Boys thing. And that's kind of all I knew. He explained the whole thing to me and it actually sounded really exciting.
Hi, my name's Chris Cron. Josh and the team at JHS hit me up randomly a couple weeks ago and were like, hey, we're doing this weird thing. Would you want to be involved? And I said, of course, why not? I'd been hired by a company to do a cover of Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys, and I asked them if it was okay if I threw up a video on TikTok and Instagram. And I did, and at that point I had like no followers, and I wasn't really chasing that, but put out this video and it like took off, and I gained a bunch of followers and kind of became known as the Beach Boys guy on Instagram. And from there, I've had lots of wild opportunities. I've gotten to go to Italy and London because of this whole Beach Boys thing.
Yeah, I don't have the lyrics for the bridge yet.
Okay,
but
cool.
yeah, it's just kind of like a...
So then, one of the main things we're gonna try to do is incorporate these new Beach Boys devices that have been created by myself, Robert Keeley, and Chris Benson. And we're gonna see if we can pull off that pet sound, that whole thing of those records from the mid-60s to the late 60s. So one of the things I really wanted Robert to do with his amazing team and his DSP abilities is to take a stab at the sound of a rotary. So rotary devices were really important in early modulation for guitar and a lot of things. He put that pedal together. I'm excited to implement that. Another thing that was really important to this era and a lot of the Beach Boys sound is the 12-string guitar. And so Robert, I think, really nailed this effect with a 12-string simulation pedal. And there aren't many of these on the market. And then we have Chris Benson, and he has put together this incredible Fender-style reverb with tremolo head. So this tank with reverb and tremolo is gonna be used on a lot of stuff. We're probably gonna have it on the mixes. We're gonna have it with the drums that you hear right now. We might put it on everything. The next things are things that I was privileged to get to create. One of these is a bass device called the Punchline. And the idea is that iconic bass sound. This device is an all-in-one channel strip. So it has an analog valve tube amp simulation that falls somewhere between like a super reverb and an Ampeg. And this would be what the Wrecking Crew and Carol Kay were using at that time with the P-Bass. And then we have a really amazing studio grade compressor that I'm so proud of. In the history of JHS, I've made a lot of compressors. This one's pretty baller and it's really elevated from anything I've ever done before. And there's a parallel distortion drive pedal in this unit. So you put it down, XLR out. We're gonna try to use that and just see what happens. We have an Ampeg in there, a vintage one. We're gonna track both, and I'm really excited to see how that pans out for this project. And then I also made the Good Vibrations Vibrato, number one, because it's a pun. Good Vibrations Vibrato, had to be done. And it's a true photocell Uni-Vibe late 60s vibrato. So it uses the bulb with a sensor. It's really beautiful. And I've done a lot of Uni-Vibe things over the years, but this feels like it's really perfect because Uni-Vibes are finicky. The way they work in a modern world is weird. The way that they're consistent across the production line is always difficult, but I'm really, really excited for this one. And there's an eclipse today. Are we in totality?
We're in like 98.
We're in 98% totality doing a Beach Boys song. Maybe that'll be a lyric. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, we need like a tempo map.
I was gonna say, let's figure out a tempo, and then let's just have you put the piano down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sing a scratch.
Okay.
And then we can start building on top
Build
of
on
that.
top of you.
Yeah.
Just 58, okay?
Yeah.
It's $100, but you know how those sound.
Anywhere to go.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I forgot about that.
You want to try rolling that?
Yeah, if we're ready. That should be enough.
Let's make drums and bass.
Okay.
So I think our next step is to jump in and track the rhythm section live. Chris will play drums, and either Josh or I will play bass. The other one will play guitar, and we'll try and just like get as much of the rhythm section done in one take, and then start building on top.
Wallet. Or
I think we split that difference.
yeah,
We put
maybe
some
like a
gaff
little
tape on
moon
that.
gel or
Yeah, a
something.
little moon
Yeah.
gel.
Her bass amp was right here.
Really?
Yeah, like she's sitting here, and she's got her bass amp kind of facing her this way,
That's awesome.
and right in front of Hal Blaine's kit.
That's crazy.
So there's like 20% of like bass bleed into the mics.
Okay.
Wait, unless you stop it.
Today's gonna be a day full of setting my drink down and forgetting where I set it,
Yep.
and going and
Yep.
getting another drink.
Yep.
I found it. It's right here. Yeah, dude.
The second layer that we're about to do is Chris on drums, Rhett on bass. So there is going to be a bit of a live feel, or kind of that live tracking room glue sound. It's going to feel really nice. You have a live amp next to the kit. It's baffled off, and I think it's going to feel nice.
Yeah, I need some spring reverb on this.
One thing we saw was there was these weird pop filters on C12s.
Yeah, they're like ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the idea came to us about the Beach Boys and the pedals and stuff like that, I will admit that I'm not very well versed in Beach Boys historical recording info, so we had to do a little deep dive. You know, the West Coast stuff would have been Universal Audio. We have a bunch of those preamps here, so that's kind of like the direction we took with equipment. So we used a lot of tube microphones, some ribbon mics, tube preamps. A bunch of it went through our Rupert Neve Designs 5088 console, mostly for routing.
I think it's interesting to add too, I mean, these are all guitar pedals or guitar-based pedals, but our minds were always going to what else can we use these on? So, you know, throwing the rotary on the Wurlitzer and, you know, plugging in some of the pedals as inserts on some of the things we were recording was sort of how we creatively use guitar pedals in our day-to-day, so.
I think I'm ready for a pass.
Okay.
Just do it like that, but a little better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, if Brian Wilson was here, I feel like he'd step it up.
Okay.
The Punchline, we dialed it in, so we have two things going on here. We have parallel bass guitar signals. We have the Ampeg amp with the condenser on it, which is obviously going to sound great. And then we have the Punchline set up with this Wrecking Crew kind of clacky Fender Super bass sound, and it sounds really nice. So we took a second, dialed that in. Also notice there's a real key thing here to Carol's bass sound, which is a felt pick. And because this is a Beach Boys thing, it's probably gonna get crazy at some point with all kinds of auxiliary nonsense. Xylophones, trumpets. I mean, we may be beating on a trash can by the time we leave today.
Well done. My take before that was better on that part.
Do you want to keep that one and try one more?
Yeah, if we can.
What would the Beach Boys do?
Probably 100 takes.
Yeah, they'd probably be here all day with him yelling at Hal Blaine. That felt better.
That felt better.
I think we have enough, unless there's something you want to get.
No, I felt good about my part, and
Okay,
it sounded
sweet.
good to me. Moving on.
Double kick? Rob Scallon's probably done that.
Yeah.
Rob, if you're watching, Metal Beach Boys.
So there's a piece of this song that's important. It is, what is the song about? Basically about a guy who buys stuff and low-key stalks a sales engineer. We don't know her name, but she's pretty sweet.
It's God only knows, but creepy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then the
that's
bridge
perfect.
just needs to be this moment of like, why is she not
Yeah.
in love with me?
Why?
Can you create an image of someone
God.
riding a surfboard through a cornfield? Here we go.
Here's the image of someone riding a surfboard through a cornfield.
That's pretty solid.
That's perfect. The only tweak I have is, can you make the guitar an electric guitar?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's it.
Yep. Into the sunset.
Is that a Fender Princeton on the surfboard?
I mean,
looks like.
looks like it.
It's a skateboard. There's wheels on it.
Oh, there is a wheel on it.
A surfboard.
I love scurfing.
We were walking through the Sweetwater store and I found the perfect and really important piece of gear. Fits the time and the mood of the song. The slide whistle. I mean,
He did a cool thing. Tim absolutely.
So the next thing we want to do here is we got to build up that rhythm section. This may be where we get into the 12-string sound a little bit in this rhythm track. It's hard to say because we don't really know what we're doing until we create it. So one of the funnest things about this project and today is just going to be, oh, this part sounds cool, track it immediately, forget it, and move on. It's going to be one of those songs where you hear it at the end and go, I forgot I did that, which is pretty fun and pretty awesome. And this studio here at Sweetwater definitely facilitates that.
This is actually phenomenal.
Holy crap. That sounds like Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for the hook line.
Yeah. That's the no-brainer for this.
Yeah.
That's what this needs to be. Okay, cool.
So I started laying down the first guitar track, which is just a really simple 1 and 5 chord. And it became very apparent we need a scratch vocal track that we forgot to do because we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Yeah, that's great.
I've never left California, but I can see you. Just got done singing the lead vocal, which you always double, unless it's like earlier Beach Boys stuff. They didn't typically double stuff as much, but lead vocal, double that, and then I'm working on all my background parts. Tenor 1, tenor 2, baritone, and bass. And yeah, we'll double those and kind of split them out, unless we're doing a mono mix. But I kind of am partial to the stereo mixes just because that's what I grew up listening to.
Can we do one more pass just like that?
I've got you.
All right.
I've got you.
Okay, cool. I love that.
All right, Sean. So just tracked the 12-string part using the Keeley 12-string. We thought it might work well if I doubled that sort of piano line at the top. But instead of actually using a 12-string electric, we used the Keeley 12 to sort of superimpose that 12-string sound. I think it fits in the mix really, really well. Sean, could you just take it from 1 bar before the bridge section? Sean, can I just take one more swing at it and I think we're there?
That's a good part.
That's a great part. And then I took a high-strung guitar that's high-strung Dan Electro and basically doubled everything that I did with the 12-string sound in terms of the parts and the voicings. Because of the high string, the Nashville tuning, it sort of interplays really nicely with that 12-string part. It's the same notes, but they just interact in an interesting way.
Sounds cool.
Oh, this tambo is awesome. I want more spring on this.
Darn.
I want it like drippy. Yeah, that's cool. lastly, I just tracked a baritone part, and for this we use the good vibrations on kind of a sort of lush vibrato sound, and then we use the Benson surfs up for this like really drippy spring reverb sound. It's my favorite part I've tracked so far on the whole song. So now we've got bass 6, and baritone all doubling that part at the end, and it just makes it heavy and big sounding.
Yeah, this is a total crapshoot if this will work, but I'm gonna see if I can get one of these DI fuzz sounds out of this. Kind of like what I do with the color box and stuff. Let's just see what happens. Like, start from the top of the track, and I'll just goof around, and if I find something, I'll lock onto it.
It either really sucks and won't make the mix, or it's like really cool. We're all kind of split. I think it actually really helps, and it really adds this thing. Chris brought this up. This one song is really spanning more than just like a couple years of the Beach Boys. We have these elements from the early 60s surf stuff all the way into the early 70s. So it's like we're going through, we pass Pet Sounds and we keep going. But in a cool way, it's causing the song to morph outside of this singular idea. And we're gonna win a Grammy.
Good? As long as that's front and center over the vocals.
Cool.
That was a bad joke, but what's the deal with fuzzy guitar? So, Chris, real quick. So we're talking just classic, like.
Yeah. The E string. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That sounds awesome. Can you hear that?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got close.
Almost there.
I feel pretty good about my acoustic take. Can I grab that high-strung acoustic and bring it in here and double it?
Yeah.
Double it. Yeah, that's a vibe. I feel good about my take, so.
Yeah.
All right, we just did.
What did we
layers.
do?
What did you do?
I did acoustic, and then I did Nashville acoustic. I doubled it, and that's it.
So that's a layer and another layer.
Yeah.
And you threw the
Keeley.
Keeley rotary on
The whirly.
the whirly.
Which sounded awesome.
It did.
That was rad.
It was like sort of harpsichord, sort of underwater. An underwater harpsichord.
Yeah.
It's a great band. I
Yeah,
used to
it's my
listen
side
to them.
project. Yeah.
I was in that band.
Yeah.
You remember? And then I took a Telecaster through the Benson with a little bit of trim on the Benson unit, and I did the like splashy stab stuff on the.
Yeah.
It's
I just-
actually pretty impressive. None of us have made a single mistake today.
Whew, there's a little gravel in there. Ah, damn it. Ah, shoot, sorry. Lost the stairs.
I'm good.
Not one.
Not one.
It's everything's been in one take. There's been no mistakes, no punch-ins, no nothing.
I mean, I'm pretty used to being perfect.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's not that
I
surprising.
mean, look at
No,
you.
I mean, there's a reason we got called in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wrecking
there's
crew.
big
Who?
dogs and then there's big dogs. It's the next day. We had till 5 p.m., but we stayed till 7. We left and we're back. It's never really the deadline you think it is. You figure out a way to make it work. So Chris did a lot of stacking, a lot of percussion. At one point he was playing like a kid's slide whistle. Like there was madness. We had an Oberheim in there, but we ran like an Electro-Harmonix Mel 9, Key 9, I believe, and got this really nice kind of string sound. They fly out, so there truly is the deadline of We have a couple hours. So he's in there, he's gonna start stacking harmonies. I guess the takeaway now is, yeah, we didn't get it done by 5, big shocker. But you could print it right now. You could print the song, it sounds really cool. But those harmonies and stuff are really vital to the Beach Boys sound. I guess the biggest takeaway is Chris is amazing. Like, this is ultimately kind of the Chris Cron show at this point. He's unbelievable. This is now the Chris Cron show.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to mess around with it more. It was just like...
The ramp is cool, too.
Yep. Felt good? Sweet.
Hell yeah.
The goal is not to track a good song, it's to use 60 tracks.
Right. We're only halfway there, so we got to get creative here.
I don't know the rest any other words.
I mean, that was good. We could just keep that. I normally do this like in my bedroom studio by myself. Like, I just like
watching you.
No, it's fine. Okay. But if there's anything that sounds like shit, please let me know.
We just need John Stamos.
There's one thing that I might want to change. Can you play it again? Actually, it doesn't bother me anymore.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna notice.
Huh?
Everyone's
Everyone's gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh.
Gonna be like, Chris did that.
Let's go second pre up to the bridge. All right, we'll start with the bass. Last things I think would be like the party. Yeah, Rhett, you're on beat 1 and 3.
Yeah.
1 and 3. That's so awesome. Well done, guys.
All right, I marked it up, so you guys are gonna need to send this back for warranty. Yeah.
There was a moment yesterday that happens a lot on sessions that I've been a part of where you're kind of like, is this gonna work? Around 3 o'clock yesterday, we realized, yeah, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna work. So I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Chris is a genius.
It's amazing, and again, I cannot express how talented and elemental Chris was to even making this a reality.
And I'm just ready to eat a sandwich and go to bed.
I'm really proud of what we did, so.
I love this kind of stuff. It's what I miss about the studio world. It's just building something fun and just creating something out of nothing. It's always a great musical experience. That's a wrap. In the comments, let us know your favorite part, what you liked about this, and go listen to some Beach Boys. Start with pet sounds, I think. Good stuff. Bye.